4 hockey games, 4 baseball games, 3 guys, a bank account full of money. You're watching the best betting show ever. I'm Lawrence Pressman. Joe Raineri and Art DiCesare with us. We are all about making money. How do we use sports to increase our bank account? That's what the show is about, and hopefully you'll get some laughs on the way. Before we even get anywhere, Art DiCesare. Tell the audience what you did last night.
Well, I did a phenomenal reverse jinx. We're in a nice little fun group chat. And listen, you're a big Blue Jays fan. I'm a big Yankees fan. And at 6-1, I told you congrats. My team stinks. And I did feel that way at the time. Anyone in my life knows I was sending basically SOS texts because the season was over. And then my team came back and won the game. And that was my leg in the parlay. So I'm a happy guy today.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you had a moment. I enjoy it. Joe, Art mentioned something about a Yankee tattoo on his back.
Ooh.
I know you've seen Art naked. Is there one on his back?
Yeah, I thought it was a pigeon, but it could have been a Yankee emblem. Yes.
Well, you were
so you're good to go. Yes.
Fast, so
yeah.
I
think it's good. Listen, any self-respecting Yankee fan should have some sort of Yankee ink on them at this point, Prez. I mean, come on. Where's your Blue Jay tattoo? Or do you have just a Maple Leafs tattoo? Is that what it is? And hopes and dreams and...
So I don't want to get into anything political. I did want a Maple Leaf tattoo a long time ago. I no longer want a Canadian Maple Leaf tattoo on my body.
Oh.
And my brother Darren, who put a Canadian tattoo and it says Canada Proud, is meeting with a removal artist today to get rid of that. Again, no politics. I'm just letting you know there will never be a Canadian tattoo on this fine physique.
Hey, listen, I thought you were a Maple Leafs. I had no idea where Maple Leafs crossed over into politics. I just thought it was a hockey
the
team.
Maple Leaf is the symbol of Canada.
Tomato.
Stuck.
Then get the Stanley Cup. Then get the Stanley Cup tattooed on your ass. Let's see how long that lasts for you.
I'd have to get 11. I'd have to get all 11. Why pick one? 11. I don't know which one was my favorite. I missed them all.
Yes, I know.
I missed them all.
You got that, Art. Joe was too busy talking.
That was good.
I missed every one of them. Oh, that's great.
I'm 56. Mm-hmm. We have 11 cups. I've missed every single goddamn one.
Unreal.
Art DiCesare. Pats, Saints, Bengals, Packers, Cowboys, Panthers. Where's the money going, bro?
Yeah, let's dive into it. Panthers go to the Saints. Patriots go to the Saints. Patriots come off that phenomenal win on Sunday night, and the Saints get their first win. It's interesting. The look-ahead line on this was New England minus 4.5. We reopened it New England minus 4.5. We're now 3.5. They bet the Saints every week. They did it this past week where they were basically a dog, and then they closed as a favorite against my Giants. It feels like New Orleans gets money every single week. This week is no different. Man, the Bengals at Green Bay, I know they just traded for Flacco. This in a real spot, if Burrow's playing, is probably Green Bay minus 3. It's now Green Bay minus 14. Green Bay is going to be the little sweetener in everyone's moneyline parlay. They probably won't tease it because it's too high. Even if you tease with 7, you get to 7. No point to do that. Green Bay will probably be very popular in the survivors this week because it's a 2-touchdown spread. And then Dallas at Carolina is interesting. This was a look-ahead line pick 'em. But Carolina has the really good comeback win last week against Miami. They're so Jekyll and Hyde. I think we've talked about that. And Dallas is starting to find their mojo a little bit with that offense. Defense is still pretty banged up, and they got a lot of offensive line injury issues as well. But we reopened that Dallas minus 3. So Dallas is going to get love from the public. I don't think any sharp's going to come in and now lay 3 with them. I think if we get up over a field goal, 3.5, 4 in that range, I could see buyback on Carolina. We're just not there yet.
Art, it seems like there's 2 teams that the books just have not figured out yet when it comes to the market here. One of them is Indy, and that's apparent because we opened up, at 4.5. Now we're up to 6.5, and I'd be shocked if that doesn't hit 7 at some point. But the other feels like this Patriots team here. It feels like we have the same kind of hesitation, like, yeah, nice win, but are you seeing that too? Like those two teams seem to have the books kind of miffed right about now.
Well, yeah, and listen, you don't want to go nuts from what you saw week 1, but the Patriots lost to the Raiders. I mean, week 1 they lost to the Raiders. The Raiders are awful, and now they get this great win Sunday night. So I think this week isn't the telling sign with the market doesn't know what to do because, like I said, they bet the Saints every week. I want to see the next Patriot game. Let's say New England goes in there, wins the game, or even blows them out. What's the adjustment then? Because I'm telling you, the first 5 weeks of this season, there have been Saints money, and the Saints have been frisky in a lot of these games. So I understand it. I want to see New England moving down the road and what the real adjustment is with them.
Yeah, great point. Art DiCesare with us. Art, let's stick with where the money is. We've got Michigan playing USC, Florida at Texas A&M, and Arizona against the Utes.
Really good slate of college. Yeah, really good slate of college football this weekend. Michigan goes to USC. That was a game of the year line. We had it now we installed USC as a 3-point favorite on our opener. We've seen Michigan money that has moved us down to 2.5. So USC now a 2.5-point home favorite. They also were taking cracks with Michigan on the money line. As we speak right now, we will need USC in the game. Florida at A&M, obviously Florida's schedule gauntlet continues. They go to A&M this week. That's another really good team. Florida, maybe saved Napier's job with that win against Texas. This game got up over 7 now, though, 7.5. Game of the year line on this was A&M minus 5.5. So obviously A&M has been adjusted up in the power ratings, and now they are a 7.5-point home favorite. And then this is a phenomenal late-night game. Maybe won't get a lot of pub, but if you love college football, you're going to love this game. Arizona State goes to Utah. In a game of the year, this was Utah minus 4. We reopened at 5. We're now 6. So we've been flooded with Utah money in this game. In our college football preview, I told you I love Utah over their wins. I still think they're the best team in the Big 12. This is a must-win game for them to continue their push to make a college football playoff. Arizona State can't run the ball the way they did last year without Scadaboo. I think they're a little bit down, but this is going to be a great game.
So, Art, right off the bat, I think the line that popped out to me the most was this Michigan-USC, because you mentioned the look ahead. And correct me if I'm wrong, Michigan is ranked the 15th team in the country right now, 4-1 off a win. USC is not ranked. Came off and I had them against Illinois, and they crapped the bed there. And what? There's some sort of home field advantage I don't know about here with USC? Like, what is going on here with this line, Art?
We always joke in the back room, the little numbers they put next to the team names are irrelevant to what we do. Now, if USC wins the game, it's going to be a shocking upset as a 2.5, 3-point home favorite. That's what the announcers will say. But I think we look at it like this. USC's offense is going to put points up. Can they stop Michigan? Now, this kid obviously is a freshman, but he has to go on the road again. He didn't look good in Oklahoma when he had to go on the road. Not saying USC is playing in Oklahoma. It's not the same sort of deal. But I think we believe USC is good enough offensively to hang in the game. That's why they reopened the favorite they did.
Art DiCesare with us. Art, we're going to talk baseball and hockey quick. But before that, I just want to know the type of bets you're taking on this KC-Detroit game. And the reason is the line just keeps moving. The over is now, there's 53 out there at some books, 91% of the tickets on the over, 91% of the money on the over, 87, 88 on Kansas City. Where is this going to end up? Is there a chance for a 3 so that I can pound the crap out of the Lions here?
Well, you know how this goes, Prez. First of all, 2 really popular teams, 2 offensive teams, and you got Sunday Night Football. So the total's going to balloon. It's just going to get to that point. But we've talked about this forever. It's going to hit a resistance point. and then it's going to get pounded back down. That's just always how it goes. Now, as far as the
54?
side, yeah, I mean, we could maybe see it. It's possible. I mean, and like I said, we're going to hit the resistance point, and then we probably close the game 52 or, even lower. It can happen in these type of games, especially it being the Sunday night game. I think the side's the more interesting thing, and we'll probably talk about this further when we deep dive on the game Thursday or Friday. But despite Kansas City losing on Monday night, they've kind of the people are back in on the Chiefs, and I think they look at them at home. That's why the number's gone up. But it's interesting too because they're back in on the Lions after week 1. I think this is going to see tremendous. This is going to see tremendous two-way action. So I don't really know right now. It's too close to call which side we'll need.
I'll tell you something interesting. Everybody has their own narrative, right? A friend of mine bet Kansas City over Jacksonville, and it was to close out a 4-teamer that would have made him like $1,800, and he felt completely robbed. And I'm like, what? Kansas City got 2 gifted touchdowns, both on picks, and they could have stopped Jacksonville and won the game, but they didn't. It was not a robbery. There was no bad beat in that Kansas City game. That Kansas City loss to Jacksonville is what I, as a bettor, call standard procedure. Amazing.
So you're saying a team that gained 500 yards of offense on the road?
Bullshit.
Well, it's very simple. When you go with the math and the expected score, it should have done it. So a touchdown by a 99-yard by a linebacker that nobody could catch. Stop.
I love that.
Kansas City shot itself in the foot. Jacksonville didn't win it. Kansas City lost it, big guy. That's how it works.
They don't talk about Trevor Lawrence.
It wasn't robbed.
At the goal
Kansas
line.
City lost it. Jacksonville didn't win it.
I don't care how you slice it.
Well, I mean, you framed it as if it's some sort of... Your friend thought he got robbed. He didn't get robbed. The ref didn't throw a flag. I mean, it wasn't some sort of phantom call. They didn't get robbed. But Kansas City beat themselves in that game.
Whatever the case may be, many teams beat themselves, Joe.
Your context was he got robbed. He did not get robbed.
That's what I said. He did not get robbed.
But let's not pat Jacksonville on the back as if they were some sort of world beater here.
You know what?
Yeah.
Anyway,
please.
The point, I don't think you heard me. The point I was making is there was no bad beat in that game.
That's correct, because I tune your shit out as often as possible. So go ahead.
I guess Art's bookmakers do count yards. If you bet them, Joe.
Yeah, no.
Did you bet
You're
yards?
right, because yards definitely isn't an indication of future results at all.
Yeah, exactly. I think Pittsburgh has been outgained by every single team.
No, that would be Philadelphia, by the way.
There you go.
Know your yardage.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be Philly. Yes.
Art, we better move on here before I have to do a bicep
I thought
flex.
we had already.
Okay. Baseball and hockey. Where's the money going?
Baseball today is pretty simple. The American League games have moved. The National League's not so much. I mean, the Yankees, we opened $1.55 favorite. They're now basically up to $1.70. We've seen money on the Mariners. That's almost a pick 'em now. They were plus money overnight. We know the Dodgers are going to be very popular today in moneyline parlays. We're going to need the Phillies to not get swept here because everybody's going to throw the Dodgers in their little 3, 4, 5, 6 team parlay. The hockey really hasn't been a lot of movement, Prez. There will be a lot of interest in the Knights in the game tonight because obviously that's the hometown team. We get a lot of action when it comes to that. I think they'll be very popular as well in moneyline parlays, especially the Kings coming off playing last night. They're on a back-to-back.
There we go. You got a from Joe.
Got them all. Got them.
His woman gets a every now and again.
I'm just saying, it's kind of, what are the chances we get 4 more games, Art, here? Or what do we think? All 4, this ends, we move on to the pennant? What are we thinking here?
I'll say this, as far as a person who's working in a sports book, putting up odds and wanting content, we want more games. More games for us is better, right? That's always our thing. Hey, the more games we can book, the more, markets we can put up and people can bet. Always a good thing for us. So, hey, we're rooting for everyone to, stave off elimination in more games. But I don't know. It feels like 2 of them will end tonight. I'll go halfway.
I agree.
The Yankees will be one of them.
Oh, gosh.
Guys, we do have a couple of college football games going tonight. I will be giving you a bet on one of them later on. Please take a second out of your day and hit that like button. It's super important to us. The engagement is crucial for the show to become bigger and bigger on YouTube. We need you guys to comment, like, and subscribe. Our comments have been absolutely spectacular. Yesterday, one of our listeners mentioned that Art DiCesare gets them horny. Nobody has ever said that before to Art. He's super appreciative of that comment. And Art, you don't have to pay anything to hear that. Yeah.
I mean, listen, Prez, I do have a beautiful girlfriend who says that to me a lot. So,
okay.
You know,
You have to pay,
I don't.
you have to pay
baby.
her for that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I'm the luckiest man in the world.
Well done.
Art DiCesare, we all pay our women. Oh, anyway.
One way or the other.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
One way or the other, Art DiCesare.
So true.
But the man who commented on how horny you make him,
Yes.
he requires nothing.
Yeah.
Just to look at you, you sexy devil.
Oh, God.
Okay, parlay of the day.
Art, you know I'm clipping
going-
that shit. You know I'm clipping it.
you got it.
That is
You
going to
are.
be part of the show from here on out. Yep. Absolutely. Give it to me one more time, Prez, just in case. Let me see it.
Nah.
Oh,
How
okay.
about that? Did Art see that picture yesterday?
What? When it's time for business?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time for some business, Art. Yeah.
Jesus.
Joe, I got to send you another one of those. I got to send you another Halloween costume. I'm going to do that
That was
later.
a Halloween costume? I thought that was your Tuesday night attire. But okay, go ahead. Yes, you can do
You're
that.
a
Parlay of
Halloween guy, Prez? Yikes.
I'm not a Halloween guy, but if I get invited to a party and it's a costume party, I got to dress up.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Okay,
What's the
parlay
word of the day?
Can we do
What's
this?
the word of the day?
The word of the day is horny.
Oh, Christ. Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? The minute I
Joe.
asked Art, I immediately regretted asking. I should have just gave it out myself. Unreal.
There you go. See how much you can use that word associated to the orange man in the middle between me and Art. Okay, parlay of the day. Leg number one, I'm going to stick with baseball, and I'm going to go to the Blue Jay game and take over the total of 8.5 runs. The bats are alive. It's a bullpen day for the Jays. I think they're going to get to the Yankee pitcher. I'll take over 8.5. Art, go ahead.
It's a big number, but it's a parlay. The Knights will win tonight. I don't think the Kings team is very good. The Knights are one of the 2 or 3 best teams in hockey. Go Knights, go.
All right, that's impressive. I thought all along that the Dodgers were going to win this series against the Phillies, but I have it in 4 as an exact score. So I'm going to back the Phillies to get 1, and I think tonight will be the night that they get it done there, Prez.
There we go. Fade or not fade, we're going to look at the NFC division leaders, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're 4-1. They're playing the Giants tomorrow. It's -7.5. I am not going to get to the window on that side at all. But I do believe in this team, and I am looking for ways to bet on them moving forward. Joe, I know you'll disagree.
With what? Who? The Eagles?
Philadelphia Eagles?
Listen, Prez, again, some of those stats that we just talked about here. I mean, we're talking about one of the only teams in the NFL that has what? In all games, been outgained in total yardage. They don't play second halves. Like, I don't understand this team. They play well in the first half, but now all of a sudden Saquon Barkley can't rush for more than 3 yards a carry. I don't know what's going on with this team, but I think this game coming up this week is going to be very interesting to see on a short week if they can figure something out consistently offensively against the Giants. But Art, I have my concerns with this team.
Well, that was one of the reasons I liked Denver last week, being outgained in all these games. They don't use Barkley. What, they give him 1 or 2 rushes in the second half last week? Yeah. It's just odd. It's just odd the way they're running the football. I would not want to go lay over a touchdown in a divisional game on the road this week. Maybe moving forward, the Eagles figure it out, but you can't like what you've seen so far, despite them being 4-1.
Yeah, and I just want to make mention on the Eagles. If you go back and look at their record last year, it took till week 7 before they were able to create any distance at all. Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were all one-score games. So just take that into account. It took them a while to get going last year as well. The Detroit, even though they did win a lot of their games, they just didn't create any distance. The Detroit Lions 4-1. I've said this before. I'll say it again. If they were a strain, I'd smoke them. I am so high on this team. I mean, this team would be like acid peyote, mushrooms, and cannabis all mixed into one. I am just beyond in love with the Detroit Lions. I will bet them as often as I can. Art?
I'm with you. I love the Lions. Their coach is awesome. That team is just together. And I love them in a teaser spot this week. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, yeah. Great call there. Joe, you look so happy, Joe.
It's just so hard to, I mean, already we got a total of 52.5. They're not scoring all those points by themselves in that game there. So it just feels like there's a lot of injuries in that secondary right now with Detroit. That's a little bit concerning here, especially going on the road in Arrowhead. Would not shock me, Prez, if they take a step back here this week against the Chiefs.
Yeah, sure. But they're going to just keep moving forward regardless. Step back, one step back,
Till they play Green Bay again.
Forward. Oh, yeah, right. Because Green Bay's some freaking juggernaut.
Oh,
but you know what?
Did they beat Green Bay this year?
Them today.
Did they
we
beat
can't
Green
talk
Bay?
about them right now because they ain't a division leader.
Good point. Until they play Detroit again.
The Buccaneers 4-1. I'm high on this team this week. This is a great spot for Tampa Bay this week. Moving forward, I'm looking to play this team over as often as possible. But I think this is the week that San Fran has their come down to moment. I'm loving Tampa Bay this week, Art.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are still dealing with a lot of injuries. Of course, the Niners, we know how decimated they are. Listen, Tampa's for real. Baker is just a gamer. He's always in there doing what he's got to do. Obviously, they found a stud in that Ohio State receiver. And the division's weak, so they'll probably be the division team moving forward. There's a lot to like about Tampa Bay. I'd like them to get healthier, though, on that offensive line.
Joe?
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like the spot this week for them. I don't like how many times they have to require Baker Mayfield to come from the clouds and win games in heroic fashion. That will all come back to the middle at some particular point here. So, yeah, it's wait and see for 10. They got to get healthier, too, by the way. There's still far too many guys out on this team to just anoint them the best in that division and moving forward.
Well, I'm going to anoint them the best in that division. They have officially been anointed. The 49ers. So if you don't like Tampa Bay's spot this week, and I do, I hate the 49ers spot this week. They are coming off of the most important game they've had all year against the Rams. I know they've had, 10 days of rest, 9 days of rest. This is, to me, this just feels like, when a basketball team loses their star in the next game, their bench plays lights out and they destroy a great opponent. And then in game 2, it all comes crashing down. This is game 2. That's how I look at this. San Fran, all of the injuries, all of their amazingness, and I'm huge and high on the San Fran team. This week it comes crashing down, and then I'm going to look to bet on them moving forward.
He seems to be high a lot, Art, isn't he?
I am high a lot. Probably
right?
Every day.
Like a lot of these are high. I'm high
much.
on this team. I'm high. He's just high, I think, Art. Call me crazy.
Listen, Joe, my mottos in life. A day you're not high is a day you're not hot.
High. That's a good point.
A day you're not high is a wasted day.
Says everything there, Art. Says everything.
Joe,
are you that high?
Hold on. I did have a sushi dinner once with Prez, and I watched him eat more edibles than he did sushi pieces. So,
yes, been there.
I mean,
I've been there. Yes,
that's fun to say.
Yes.
I make no bones about it.
I'm not judging. I'm just stating facts.
Listen, I went to a funeral once with the Prez, and he tried smoking the ashes from the urn. So trust me when I tell you, Art, he is that kind of guy. I get it. If it's there, He's in
Yep.
it.
What about when I did Ash Lines off of that woman at the bar with you?
It's a good point. Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Art, the 49ers. Yes or no?
Yeah, I mean, Prez, you and I both like them we both picked them to win the division,
Yeah.
but I need to pump the brakes just because I need them to get healthy. I wouldn't want to touch them this week, but I think moving forward, if they can get healthier, I would love to play on them moving down the road, but I need to wait and see more.
Joe.
Listen, that schedule is so ridiculously easy. And look at what they've done with Mac Jones, with Purdy out, and all these injuries.
Yep.
Reinforcements are coming, and the schedule gets easier somehow.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
there's really no reason at this point to think the long-term, viability of the 49ers is anything right now because of those injuries.
Art, wonderful segment, my brother. We kept you for a while, but we can do that on Wednesday. Tomorrow, we're going to do a deep dive into college football and Thursday night football. Make sure to check that out. Art, anything you wanted to talk about? What's going on at the Westgate? Any specials, promotions, anything?
No, as always, listen, come down to the Westgate, check us out. We got plenty going on down there. And as always, come ask for me. It's, I got no problem stepping out for a couple of minutes, helping you with whatever you need. And, it's happened a lot. And I've had a lot of wonderful people say, hey, I saw you on YouTube with the Prez and, Joe and all that type of stuff. So, feel free to come do that. I got no problem.
Are you signing autographs yet?
I'm not signing autographs yet.
Guys, somebody go ask Art for an autograph, please. Just one time. And when you do it, make sure it's in front of his boss.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Do it.
Yeah. Do it, please. Come on. Everybody go to the Westgate and ask for Art DiCesare's autograph. Okay, Art, get out of here, brother. Thank you for doing this, man. Joe Raineri, let's talk some business first. You got a 30-day special going. Your college football and the rest of MLB, only $179. That's a good deal. 30 days of college football, the rest of your baseball.
Yep.
I've got one, Prez 199, 30 days all access. That includes every play I put out. So please check that out. Head over to WagerTalk. Both specials are on our pages. Joe, it's time for our NFL best bets. We're going on the clock. We got 5 segments left. We are still going to do the mailbox segment. Cue it up and let's rock and roll. Okay, so NFL, I got one bet for you guys, and we're going into this Tampa Bay San Fran game. And I alluded to this game in the fade or not fade. I really, really love Tampa Bay in the spot. Now, I don't think Tampa Bay is a juggernaut team, and I'm not going to sit here and say they're winning the Super Bowl. But San Fran is so badly injured, and I understand that reinforcements are coming, but they're not here now. This game is on Sunday. San Fran is going to be putting out a quarterback that is injured, whichever one. They lack wide receivers. I don't expect Burke to have this incredible game that he had I don't even know his name, this incredible game that he had last week. And I just feel like this is one of those spots where all the injuries and catches up to them. They're coming off of a division win on the road, an important game. This is just a horrible spot. And Tampa Bay has to be feeling really good about themselves, especially after that win last week. I think the Bucs get it done. I think they get it done by more than 3. Take Tampa Bay minus the 3, Joe.
All right, good to go there, Prez. I am going to go where, we've got a coach punching players on the sideline, getting fined, apologizing. It could not be any worse for the Arizona Cardinals right now,
Jesus.
Who now have to pick up and head to, once again, one of the most underrated teams. And I say that because they've covered 80% of their games. They would have covered every one of them had that not flukiness, and they too having blown the game because of a penalty, and once again a guy celebrating before he got to the end zone. However, I think Indy at this point at home is going to continue to show no mercy. Less than a touchdown, I'm good. I think Arizona's a hot mess here. I'll back the Colts.
Yeah, Joe, I'm with you on that Indy call, and my God, that Arizona coach must be pulling his hair out. I actually don't even know if he has hair. Liberty playing UTEP tonight. Liberty slightly favored No chance this team should be favored. We're going to fade the favorite, and we're going to do it with confidence. The Liberty offense is a complete and total disaster, Joe. They are one of the worst passing teams in the entire country. They are literally ranked 119th. Their starting quarterback is banged up. Their offensive line is a mash unit, and they cannot, have not, and will not have any explosive plays. This team, simply put, cannot move the ball, and they're a slight favorite. And who do they have to go on the road and face? A UTEP defense that is quietly one of the best and most underrated units in the entire country. This is a top 30 defense. And here's the kicker. They are the third-ranked defense in the nation on money downs. Yeah, the most important down. This is a strange line for me, Joe. A road favorite who can't score. We're going to take UTEP.
Ooh, going to go with UTEP in that one. I'm going to go with one kind of off the beaten path here, Prez, but it's going to be the late degenerate special on Saturday as Utah State travels to Hawaii here in virtually, a pick'em game. But the good news for Utah State is that their dual threat quarterback, I believe, Bryson Barnes, who has been cleared to play, will be in this game. And the only thing that Hawaii does really well is they pass the ball. 66% of their plays are in the air. The problem is, it's the one thing that Utah State does really, really well on defense. Hawaii's defense, a hot mess. Going across to Hawaii is not going to be a problem here for Utah State. I like them in this spot. I like their quarterback better. I like their defense better. I'll back Utah State to get it done for that late night degenerate special there, Prez.
Joe, let's move on to our NHL rundown. We got 4 games tonight. I'm a homer. Toronto is playing Montreal. I like the under in this game. I think it's going to be very low scoring. 3-7 to the under in the last 10. I also like the Leafs. I know they're minus 167. I think you guys could take them on the money line. The Leafs have absolutely dominated this team head to head. They've won 8 of their last 9. Only 2 went to overtime. Take the Leafs with confidence in regulation and take the under. Boston playing Washington, Joe. I think the over is the play here. I think Boston is going to play a lot looser than they have in the past. I think this Boston team is going to score, but also they're going to struggle defensively. I think over 5.5 is the play. Edmonton in Calgary. A statement was made by Connor the last few days. He signed a 2-year contract. That's 2 years after next year, so they got him for 3. I think that sent a message to the dressing room. With that said, the Edmonton Oilers have absolutely stunk coming out of the gate 3 years in a row. They've really struggled to get out of their own way. I think they recognize that. I think with Connor making his statement, Edmonton is the play tonight. I like them in regulation, and I like them on the puck line minus 1.5 as well. Vegas playing LA. LA played last night, lost 4-1. They're on a back-to-back with legs that haven't played in a while. I think they're going to be slightly tired. Vegas is got their home opener. The Mitch Marner era begins tonight. There's a good vibe in Vegas. I like them in regulation here too. That's where I'm going in this game. And I do slightly lean on the over in this game, but only slight. Joe, give us your MLB rundown.
How'd the Panthers do last night, Prez? I didn't see. They
beat a minor league team. You should be so proud of yourself.
All right, very good. Speaking of minor league teams, the Toronto Blue Jays will try to do what they couldn't do last night because the Yankees showed up and showed out in a big way. That's what Aaron Judge did for the Yankees last night. Now, a bullpen game for Toronto as well. They don't have any legit starter to throw, so they've got to go back to the bullpen, which did such a great job of shutting down the lineup last night of the Yankees. In the meantime, Schlittler, Prez, say it with me. Schlittler is on the mound. That's correct for the Blue Jays. Yeah, expect a big effort by the Yankees with their backs against the wall. This game and this series will be heading back to Toronto. Early game here once again. Detroit taking on Seattle. We gave you Seattle yesterday in that game, and sure enough, the bats showed up and showed out. They got a couple of empty netters late in the ninth inning, that being the Detroit Tigers in that game. It was 8-1. It was over before it started. Sorry, Casey Mize. Don't think you are going to be the Tariq Skubal that the Tigers need you to be here. I think Seattle closes it out in this one here. The Cubs also back against the wall, going with Jameson Taillon tonight against Priester. Listen, the Cubs have had a lot of pretty good success against Priester. A lot of guys on base, take a lot of pitches. I like Jameson Taillon more than I like Priester in this spot. Again, with a 2-0 lead, they're not going to empty the tank here to try and close out the Cubs. I like the Cubs at least early with the wind blowing in. First 5 for me. And then I had told you earlier, I loved the Dodgers heading into this series. I still like them. I've got a 3-1 exact series ticket, and that is exactly what I think happens. Nola tonight, Suarez, and anybody else available. I think the Phillies get one here tonight and make it a 2-1 series, Prez.
Joe Raineri, let's turn our attention to the mailbag section of the show. And I'm going to make a public announcement. 67 Silver writes, why would Art try help us? I'm skeptical, Prez. Oh. This is a tired argument. We are done with this nonsense. Stop putting that up. Art is like everybody else. On his way to work, he degens over at some other sports book. He's a better, I'm a better, Joe's a better, you're a better. Enough with that nonsense, please.
Somebody just answer me, Prez. What would Art get out of trying to deceive you here? Like, what? How much do you think his money is based upon whether you bet $5 on a game or not? Like, what are we doing here, Prez?
No, and the other thing is, I'm sure his boss is sitting there going, Art, you told them to bet LSU. How could you, Art? You've just shut up with that stupid, tired argument.
Unreal.
Okay. Joe Capano wants to know what's going on with Matthew Barnaby and the Blue Line show. There will not be a Blue Line show. Matthew Barnaby is now working full-time with another network. We were unable to match the payment offer. We offered Matthew $0. So they had a big room above zero to outbid us.
That's tough.
With that said, Matt's a really close friend of mine, and he will come on this show every now and again. And lastly, we had a user lecture me about the fact that I've done mushrooms with my daughter.
Ooh.
And he wrote that it is an irresponsible thing to do as a parent. Condoning drugs is bad. I'm a shitty parent. Drugs are never good, etc., etc. So first and foremost, my daughter is a grown frickin' adult. Secondly, she's done mushrooms without me. Thirdly, it was one of the highlights of my life, doing mushrooms with my daughter. Fourthly, how dare you call a vegetable a drug? Come on. Okay.
Good.
I'm done. I'm done.
Feel better.
Joe.
I love it.
You end the show. Right. I'm going to go get high.
This is pleasure. Prez is going to get high. Shocker again there. But the good news is we'll be back again tomorrow, laying it all out for you. So until then, what does he say? Let's win together. That's it. Let's win together.
Yeah, baby.